Well, hello everyone. I hope everyone's doing well. Maybe you've enjoyed or not enjoyed the recent snow. It always makes things difficult. But hopefully, as we approach in springtime, we'll see the weather improve. It's time for my weekly assembly. I know last week I presented a slightly different assembly in support of Children's Mental Health Week. This week, we're back to looking at our British values. We've gone through three of them, and we're going to be going on to our next one very shortly. And here it is. So respect, mutual respect, to give its full title, and the picture maybe gives you a little bit of an idea around what that particular British value is and why it's so important. So, respect. The way I've summarised this is to say it means that you care about other people's feelings. So when you think about the action, the things we do, as well as the things we say, we think about other people's point of view, how they might feel, because that enables us to then understand how we can come to a common agreement, for example. So I'm just going to look at a series of images for my assembly this week, and I've tried to pick images that are also relevant to when we're at home and in school, to show how often we do a fantastic job in schools of understanding what we mean by respect and being respectful. So here's the first one, and you can see I've just added a question there around how that little girl might be feeling. Maybe that's a brother next to her, could be. How might she feel? And I can see that if she's got someone sheltered to that close, she's probably not going to feel very good. She's probably going to be getting frustrated. She's going to be getting cross. It might be hurting her ears. And perhaps her brother's not really thought about the effects that might have on her. Perhaps she's got something he wants to play with, or perhaps they've just fallen out. But got to think about how she might feel in that situation. Dinner time's always an interesting one, especially when mum, dad, or our dinner ladies are cleaning up or making sure that things are safe and things are clean. And sometimes, especially when we've had those messy meals, we can leave things a little bit untidy. I'm sure not as untidy as what we're seeing on the picture, but it does make you wonder around how mums and dads and family members and dinner ladies might feel when they've got to clean that up. So I suppose being respectful is us understanding that, well, we need to take responsibility for that. Could we leave it a bit cleaner? Could we do some of the cleaning up? Could we take that spoon and put that in the sink or put that where it needs to go to be cleaned? Could we make sure that when we're eating our lunch, we're doing so carefully? So we've got our next one here. They seem to have a little girl. She's listening to her friends. She doesn't feel particularly involved. I wonder how she feels. Maybe she wants to be involved, maybe she'd like to be part of that discussion. And so, even something as simple as that, when we're talking to people, sometimes just having an awareness that they might feel left out, even if they're not being left out, they might feel left out. Well, here's one that I think a lot of you probably can relate to at the moment, mums and dads as well. So, we've got a little boy here on his laptop, on his device. We've got a little girl again, maybe sister, maybe friend, wanting to perhaps have a look at what he's looking at, or maybe play on what he's playing at. But you can see that he's shrugging her off, doesn't really want her there. So how might she might feel? I suppose she might be feeling cross, a bit anxious. She wants to do what he's doing. Maybe she feels a bit unfair. So again, being respectful is about understanding how other people feel. It could be this little boy's turn, but at least then we know how the little girl feels. Here we've got a little cartoon, and you can see that we've got one of the girls in the blue t-shirts just going through the door. Oh, and they've slammed it, maybe by accident. Could be by accident. They've slammed it on their friend's face. How might they feel? I suppose surprised, a little bit shocked. Had they had an argument? Maybe they've just had a falling out. That just happened. But if the other girl does slam the door, then the little girl or the girl in the pink top she might feel a little bit nervous, anxious. She might feel she's done the wrong thing. She might feel that it's more difficult to have a conversation with a friend to put anything that they've fallen out about right. So just by making that choice, potentially has disrespected the other girl. So even something like that, when we have fallen out, it's important to, as much as we can, try and think carefully about other people's feelings. I think this one's a pretty easy one to guess. It looks like we've got a man here. He looks like he's going on holiday. I don't know how he's doing that at the moment, but it looks like he's going on holiday, or he's packing up for something, or he's sorting out, maybe he's sorting something out, but he's carrying an awful lot of bags and baggage. He's got a really big backpack on. I suspect he's feeling quite drained, quite exhausted. I suppose if I saw a member of staff or if one of your friends was in school trying to carry in all their things, book bag, PE kits, all those things you'll have when we're all back together, it might be helping them out just to make sure they're okay and they're not dropping anything or they don't hurt themselves. And again, doing something like that would be very, very respectful of a friend. So these are all examples that I think are really good at explaining to you guys what we mean by that respect. And we're in a nation, a country, a series of countries that really place an importance on how we treat each other and how we go about things the right way. And that's something else which is really, really important to Britain. And I do quite like this as a final kind of thought. When we're talking about seeing things from other people's point of view, it's a bit like the example I've just given you. If you look at what I've done here with this, it looks a bit strange, but one person thinks it's 6 and one person thinks it's 9. And I'm sure that if you look at the image, you can see how it could be a 6, it could be a 9, it could be something else. But it's all about recognising that there are different points of view to any situation, and that being respectful is recognising those and allowing those to be explored. So, respect, treat others in the way you want to be treated. I think that's a good way of summarising it. What's my thoughts for this week? Well, my thoughts this: what things can stop us being respectful? So what things sometimes get in the way of us being able to do all the right things in those examples that I've just given? What things make it hard? And when you think about those hard things, what can we do to try and make them easier? So that's just something to think about. Hope you have a great rest of the week, and we'll see you all soon. My final assembly on British values will be the next one in the series, and then we'll be moving on to something different. Best wishes to everyone. Bye.